Hello again, welcome back. I'm Angela from artery.co.uk and this is just another little quick Temu haul video. I have no idea what's in here. I've opened it but I haven't taken anything out yet. As usual, I can't remember what I ordered, so it's going to be as much a surprise to me as it is to you. Ah, yes, right. Not sure what that's doing in there. I'm quite sure I didn't order that. But anyway, some more stencils. I'm going to be using some stencils to make some more card backgrounds, so that's why I ordered those. Some little ones, nice size for card making. Yes, in fact I have just ran out of my thin sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape, because when I make an envelope I like to put this on the top part, so like sort of, you can imagine the envelope lids like that. I'll put a bit of tape on those sides so people can you can easily peel it off and stick it down, and I was really running out of that. In fact, I thought I'd ordered more than that. I could have sworn I'd ordered more than that. Another embossing folder. Do you know, if you use embossing folders for your cards, cards made, it's like they're making themselves really. I'm going to make a video showing you how to colour cards that you've embossed very simply. What's this? Some dies. What are these? Just sentiment dies, because I haven't really enough of those. So you've got the middle, the actual sentiment, and you've got the background part of it as well. They're excellent, really good for putting on cards. And another die set. Oh, that's pretty. I don't remember ordering that as usual. Yeah, that's really pretty. That looks like a layering die. So you would cut all the different pieces out, colour them, and sort of stick them on top of each other, and that's, yeah, that'll make a nice card as well. Aha, I knew I'd ordered more of that. Oh yeah, some more dies. Foliage dies are really good for cards as well. What else do I have here? And another one. I knew I'd ordered more. So what's this now? Oh yeah, some more layering stencils. Butterflies this time. I've seen some absolutely beautiful butterfly cards made with layering stencils, so yeah, I'm looking forward to using that. That'll be really good. So I think what I might do is just try a few of these out and show you what I've done, just to show you how easy it is, or I might do a tutorial on using the layering stencils. But that was it, just to show you what I've got from Temu. I mean, sometimes the stencils can be flimsy. These look a little bit better than the ones I already have. But I think as long as they're stuck down correctly onto the card, or stuck down firmly, and you dab rather than rub, or just rub very lightly over it, then they should be okay. I think it's mainly the ones that I have in the drawer over there. They are bigger stencils and they have a lot of what I would call loose parts. Like one has like flowers and foliage sort of going up and down like that. And they were quite difficult to use. So, but these look okay. I might show you. I might open it up a bit later on, show you how you can colour these and the different things you can do with them. So, yeah, just a few more things from Temu there. Right, I'm just going to show you how to make a few different card backgrounds. I'm not going to go into detail on all of them. I'll just show you the process on a couple of them, and then I'll just talk you through the process on the others, so that it doesn't turn into a marathon video. So the first thing we're going to be doing is making a card background from bubble wrap. So I did have some more of these, I don't know where they've gone. So this is one I did earlier. You can make some decent cards out of these. I'm not going to do that with these ones, but you can make some really fun card designs using bubble wrap, and it's very easy to do. These ones were made using the Distress Oxide inks, but I think you'd probably be able to get the same, more or less the same effect with normal dye inks as well. So I'll just show you how to do it quickly. So you just take your stamp pad, these will get messy, and you just put it on like that. Just dab it a few times, it doesn't need to be anything major. Take your card and put it on. See, I'm getting up to the eyes already. I've got ink all over me off the last time. And then you can just get some tissue and press it down like that, and you get quite a nice grungy design. And then to finish it off, you don't have to do it again. You can just take some water, a couple of squirts, more card, so you're really getting two for the price of one. There, so that's a much more subtle design, but I still like it. So this, as I said, was done by the Distress Oxide ink. That was the first one, and that was the one with the water, just more subtle but still very nice. And this was done with just the Stampin' Up ink, the dye ink. That was the first one, and that was a more subtle one, just using the water one. So yeah, you can get some fun designs. Just in fact, if you look around your house, you might be able to see things that I haven't thought of. And apart from anything else, it's a good way to reuse. I mean, to be honest, if you wanted to reuse this over and over again, you can just wash that clean, just rinse it under the tap, or just wash it with your spray and your kitchen roll. You can just keep reusing this over and over again. It's just something that you can use. A bit of recycle, a bit of green advice there. What was the other one? Oh yes. Okay, so in the shopping haul you will notice that I bought quite a few stencils as well. I did make a couple of cards. Well, I'll show you them at the end because I'm not that happy with them, to be honest. Right, so obviously the first thing you do with the stencil is just make sure everything's secure. I'm not going to use my stamping platform, I'm just going to use a bit of tape. I'm going to use this, I love it, really good. So if I was making a card, I would make the card maybe it's about an inch bigger than I needed, and then you could put the tape on and you won't have to worry about where it's all going, because you'll still have the card will still be covered nicely. So first of all, it doesn't really matter what inks you use for these. I'll put that away because that's my Distress Oxide. You can just use any ink that you like, any that you have. But I recommend using a water-based one, like a dye-based ink. You could add different colours, you could blend different colours in. That's another way to go, and it looks really lovely when you do that. But first of all, just stencil it as you normally would. Like I say, use different colours, different pressures, just to get different effects. It's entirely up to you. There, and that's really nice. Don't clean that yet. So then you've got your background using any colour, you can blend it, anything you like. And then you take your stencil, another piece of card, and do the same again as we did before. Give it a spritz. Put your card over it. There you go. A very grungy, unique design. You can just experiment with different stencils, getting different effects. The flower ones look really nice. I'm going to show you a brickwork one that I did, if you just give me a minute to clean this up. Right, so first of all I'm going to show you what I consider to be the fail, I'm afraid. I did one with brick background, and I also embossed a sentiment, and I got a stamp with writing on and embossed that as well. But before I put this on, so if you can imagine this is the background I want to use, I'd get a matching colour or a contrasting colour and just ink around the edges like that, just to get a little bit of added interest onto it. But I'm not really happy with that at all. If there are any card making experts out there can tell me what I did wrong or what I could do to improve it, I'd be I'd be very grateful. I do like the embossing, but I just think it's a bit too busy. But these are grungy backgrounds that I'm doing, so I would really appreciate anybody's opinion and comments on these. This is the one that's a little bit better. I did this in the same way, so this one would have been the first technique, and this one would have been the second, the more watered down version. So I quite like this brickwork pattern. I like the grunginess of it, and it's very irregular. I really do like that. So I'm a little bit happier with this one, but I don't know, there's still something that doesn't quite sit right with me. I'm not quite sure what. Right, now to the ones. I'm just going to explain the technique. So I'm sure you've seen lots of videos about how to use your embossing folders. So on this one you can't really see because I used a brayer roller, and it was the cheapest, most awfulest to use brayer roller. That honestly, it was ridiculous. So basically what I did was I used my distress oxide, put 2 strips different colours down there, used the brayer, and I put it on there, and it just didn't work. No, I didn't put it on there, I put it on the embossing folder, that was right. So on the embossing folder, on the, I forget which side it was, I think it was on the, because each embossing folder has the sticky out bits and the innie bits. Excuse my very technical language here. So I would roll it onto the innie bits, and it came out. It would have looked nice, I think, if the colours had been a bit more vibrant. So I mean, it's okay. I may use that for a card background. So I did the same on this one, only I applied the raw ink pad onto the embossing folder and then put it through the embosser, which I think has turned out a little bit better. But you don't just have to use one colour. You can blend a load of colours on it and get really nice results with that. Right, I am not sure. I am not sure about these at all. Oh, I found the orange ones that I did as well with the bubble wrap. I knew they were there somewhere. So these I'm not sure about at all, because what I did, instead of using coloured ink, I used embossing ink. So one of these, I can't remember which now. So I put embossing ink first on one side and then the other. It wasn't this embossing folder, it was this one. This is the one that I got in me stash, me shopping haul. So it's like a 3D one. It's beautiful. I love it. So on one side I put embossing ink, embossed it, and then put the embossing powder on, and then I did the other side as well, just to see what they would both look like. So I'm not really sure about these. I think they are grungy, and I do kind of like them, and I do think they'd make decent cards, but I'm just not sure if I've been a bit excessive with the embossing powder. So I think I like this one a bit better because it's a bit more subtle, whereas this one has got a bit too much in some areas. But it all depends on what you want. You know, if you like that look, then just go for it. Just use embossing ink in your embossing folder, emboss the card, and then immediately put your embossing powder on, whichever colour you like. But I do like the gold on black. I think that's nice. Okay, now this is one more technique where I embossed the card first, and then I took one of my Distress Oxide inks and lightly ran over the card with the ink pad. And to be honest, I think this is my favourite technique. I mean, the card isn't fabulous, but it'll do for somebody. So what I did was just, as I said, emboss it, put the ink on, put it on a black panel, and then put it on the card and put a few sentiments and gems on. So there are just a few techniques to make different backgrounds. There are so many more, and so many things you can do with embossing folders, so many things you can do with stencils. So if you don't like anything that I've tried here, just do a search, have a look on YouTube just to see what else there is. Anyway, but in the meantime, I'm going to see what I can do with some of these that I've made here. So until I see you again, have an amazing day. Bye bye now.